Russian internet trolls hired U.S. journalists to push their news website. Russian state-sponsored propaganda hired U.S. journalists. Trolls. Stop using euphemisms. No more using meddling and trolls. These are not basement-dwelling fatasses posting bacon on a vegan post. These are agents attacking our democracy. If the Russians planted the story and then showed up to argue about it in the comments, that would be so meta. Why has no one done anything against Russia for this? Like, no attempts to just cut off their internet, no sanctions, no nothing. We're just tolerating internet trolls that are deteriorating democracy. This is on a sort of related topic, but the War College podcast recently had an episode with a journalist, I think Fro Daily Beast, about some fake journalists. They think maybe they were from a Gulf PR firm, but it was interesting B/C they created the profiles for these fake journalists and were able to get them published in actual papers and magazines. This seems like a different side of the same coin though. Information warfare seems to become more and more of a nightmare each week. Podcast, https://soundcloud.com/war_college/fake journalists are the https://soundcloud.com/war_college/fake journalists are the Daily Beast article, https://www. The Daily Beast. .com/right-wing media outlets duped by a Middle East propaganda campaign, https://www. The Daily Beast. .com/right-wing media outlets duped by a Middle East propaganda campaign. I am disdainful of the use of the word troll in this article. Troll implies playful or immature behavior, like teenagers trying to make their teachers mad. These Russians are essentially spies, using weaponized propaganda to subvert our government and undermine our democracy. In any just world this would be an act of war. Please don't call them trolls, call them e-soldiers, or spies, or agent provocateurs. Troll is not the right word. They DM'd me on Twitter and said, "Hey, do you wanna write for us? We'll give you $200 an article," said the journalist, who asked to not be named so as not to draw undue attention to having worked for a misleading news operation. I lost my job during COVID and was pretty desperate to earn money just to pay rent. So US journalists are unscrupulous and considered good candidates for being useful idiots. We all knew that. Are we still calling them journalists? Maybe we should just call them political correspondents or entertainers. And that is how you defeat capitalism and democracy, use it against itself. Interesting to look directly at the website, and see such heinous lies as Bolsonaro and his capitalist cronies are killing the Amazon and its indigenous peoples, https://peacedata. net/Bolsonaro and his capitalist cronies are killing the Amazon and its indigenous peoples/ Joe Biden announcing Kamala Harris as his VP running mate has prompted a mixed response, with many unhappy with her less than radical political record. https://peacedata. net/The Biden-Harris ticket encapsulates how the Western left will give in to right-wing populism/ The war in Yemen has claimed the lives of innocent civilians, and it has been described as one of the world's worst humanitarian crises. https://peacedata. net/The UX role in Yemeni conflict/ de. I'm not going to pretend so-called journalism isn't the problem. The fourth estate of our democracy crumbled long before Trump was elected. I'm probably too late to this thread to get ang response, but isn't this exactly how America is supposed to work? Isn't the concept of freedom of press supposed to be such that the American government isn't allowed to dictate how and what the press publishes? And that the freedom of speech is supposed to allow speech that is unfavorable? I'm not even American, but aren't these things considered the highest tenets of American government and society? The ones that parrot the talking points of the FSA/GRU, whatever, I imagine. Shouldn't be hard to point out Fox and Owen. Is RT one of them? Serious question, because I remember them getting a big push 10 or so years ago. Another Russia Today. We need to hold news companies accountable for pushing all of this propaganda. Haven't a bunch of American journalists not worked for RT already? Hold up a second, someone is actually hiring journalists. Impressive. I'd prefer a tile with some version of the phrase accepted bribes in there. This doesn't come as some kind of big shock or anything, but journalists aren't supposed to be for hire in that way. I wonder who's in charge of handing over internal Trump campaign polling data to the Russians this time, now that Manafort is in jail? That was probably really useful for targeting last time. If that picture shows Russian trolls, then America totally need to up its troll game. Where are our cool uniform coats and little guns with flags in them? I sometimes troll people on Twitter who say stupid stuff and I haven't even received a little flag. Since when did troll become a pension-paying government job? America should do the same to Russia. Fuck 'em. Start trolling them and causing riots against Putin. The US needs to do something to push back besides just talk about it. Yes, we all know it is happening, so what are you going to do about it? I really wish they would publish one account so we could read the tweets. Being a Russian internet troll must be one hell of a fun job. This time apparently targeting the left, but the left, in a dramatic departure from the tradition established by the right, does not embrace, deny, or at best downplay their involvement. Why, it even seems they're unhappy about it. Weird/s. It would be funny if it weren't so sad. It'll spawn all kinds of, see they're helping the libs, and general protestations against the left, in attempt to discredit them even on completely unrelated matters, and not a twinge of shame at their own hypocrisy will be felt. I predict all of this despite this website having been shut down almost before anyone knew it existed. Somehow, don't forget the heaping helping of, see? 100% of journalists are evil, based on this sample of 0.000000001% of them. Maybe they'll even throw in a nostalgic, Infowars. 1. Lee. This show needs new writers, and a new cast. This is a great example of how easy it is for people to disrupt and manipulate the media. OFC, it's money after all. Fuck disinformation campaigns and ban Fox News and other news orgs promoting Trump and hate. Everyone should refresh their memory the ads they used to sway the 2016 election. Here they are, https://russian-ad-explorer. gethub.io/ad_id equals 3311, in a browsable format. Is this the Onion? One day, only trolls will be left online. Anyone else will go back to talking in person. Anything can be bought in America, and usually for pretty cheap. I am not at all surprised that the services of US journalists, representatives, or senators are up for sale. I'm just really surprised how cheap they are. What is illegal about this? Peace Data seems to have the same level of journalism as many American news organizations. It's sad and pathetic to say this. But if you go to their website, you'll see that the breadth of coverage could easily lead someone to believe this was a genuine news agency. Not because they do good reporting, but the level of American journalism is such dogshit that even Russian psyops seem just as credible. This is unbelievable. Cannon even made it to the anti-corona protests in Berlin last weekend. I still can't get over some guys that really believe in these theories. Journalists, the Republicans don't care about Russia anymore, they even seem to like them. It's China these days for them. Limited hangout, the influence is broad. They float one of these limited hangouts to make it seem like some progress is being made, it isn't. On the other side, American internet trolls hired Russian journalists to push their news website. Agents. Russian agents. This isn't some kind of a joke by internet trolls, it's a deliberate attempt at destabilizing the USA by exploiting its idiots. It's a full-blown attack. Why is that so hard to grasp?